What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Thomas Lamb, CEO of Myriad Uranium. It's a pleasure to have you back on today, Thomas. How are you doing?
Good. It's great to see you, Aaron.
Yes, I'm excited for an update. So, can you elaborate on the significance of the recent historic drilling results in the area of special interest as discussed in your news release? How do these results impact Myriad Uranium's strategic direction and objectives?
So it was a very exciting news release for Myriad a couple weeks ago. Myriad has a 75% earnable interest in the Copper Mountain Uranium Project in Wyoming, which is the top and most important uranium jurisdiction in the world right now. So that's just to remind your viewers. Um, our project area was advanced and in a massive way in the 1970s by Union Pacific Railway, a subsidiary called Rocky Mountain. But Union Pacific Railway, they spent upwards of $117 million Canadian in today's dollars, drilling 2,000 drill holes, identifying 6 uranium deposits plus, and also identifying lots of prospects. So that's some background just to remind your viewers. The news we put out a couple weeks ago was the result of our analysis of historic data relating to that work in the 1970s. And it's very exciting. What we've found is that a company in the 1990s called Anaconda concentrated on what they called an area of special interest in the middle of our project area. And it's a high-grade area of special interest. And they analyzed 82 boreholes or drill holes. But this data has never been made public. So it's in our proprietary data package. We took a very close look at it and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. So that's the background. What it showed is this. We have high-grade uranium at our project, high grade for Wyoming. This is all the way up to 0.385% uranium, 3,850 ppm. That's very high for Wyoming. And we have a very nice high-grade zone. So out of 82 holes in our special area of special interest or high-grade zone, there are about 56 very nice intercepts, all above 1,000 ppm, many above 2,000, and then all the way up to 3,850. This shows that we have high-grade uranium at the Copper Mountain Uranium Project. It also gives us a key to the rest of the project area, which is very exciting. This is great news for Myriad.
I'm very excited for that. So, with the upcoming exploration season ahead, what specific plans does Myriad have in place to capitalize on recent findings and further advance its exploration efforts? How do you envision these plans contributing to the company's growth and development?
So our market cap is, because we're not well known particularly, is 10, 11, 12 million have been trading around there, like other uranium explorers. But as I've just mentioned, we have a totally different project than everybody else, our peers. They're out looking for uranium. We've got it. Union Pacific estimated resources of between 15 and 30 million pounds. This is for their mine planning purposes at our license or in our project area, and with potential up to 63.8 million pounds for just 2 out of the 6+ deposits at our license area. But these are historic estimates, and we have to call them historic estimates under 43-101 because they were estimated many years ago. So what are we doing? We are going to bring those resource estimates current. That's how we put it. By doing some confirmatory work this summer. We're going to uncap the old holes, see if we can put probes down them. We're going to probe the old holes if we can. We're going to drill holes beside the old holes just to compare our results against the historic results. If we like what we see, if our technical people like what we see, then they can sign off on a current resource estimate. If we will go from being a 10, 11, 12 million market cap company that is an explorer, classed with our peers that are explorers, we have the potential to jump an order of magnitude in market cap, go from an explorer to a developer just by leaping into the current resource estimate category. We're a company with massive torque here. The potential is very exciting. So that's what we're going to focus on this summer. So to sum up, we're going to try to bring our historic resources current, and that could lead to an order of magnitude jump in our value very quickly.
Exciting times ahead. So you mentioned several catalysts for Myriad in your recent communications. Could you elaborate on some of these key catalysts and their potential implications for the company's performance and shareholder value?
So again, comparing Myriad against peers, and especially the ones that operate in Wyoming, but explorers everywhere. Our current market cap and value, because people don't, it's difficult for everybody to understand what's going on, would we're rated as an explorer like the others. Those companies are out drilling, 50 holes, 100 holes a season, trying to intersect uranium, track down a uranium deposit. So we already have at least 6 uranium deposits in our project area. And then also Union Pacific in the 1970s identified prospects, highly prospective areas within our project area and nearby. So catalysts, we're increasing our acreage. We're actively doing this right now. And there will be announcements in the future in succession. We fairly recently announced the acquisition of the Knob prospect. Is estimated to have 500,000 pounds at 1,500 ppm, but with big upside potential, big additional, like to expand that. That's in our project area now, and we're adding a whole series of other areas that are very exciting that Union Pacific identified, some with potentially millions of pounds of uranium. So those are some big catalysts coming. That's leveraging our historic data, increase our land position, increase the historic pounds in the ground or prospective or potential pounds. And some of these are high-grade pounds. I'll just add that right next to our land position is a past-producing uranium mine called the Bonanza Mine. And that mine produced about 30,000 tons of ore at 1.3% uranium, according to the historical documents. Well, I can say that we've added that area because it's in our PowerPoint. It's on some maps now. That is an example of a catalyst, and there are other things like that in our neighborhood. So we're adding. We're going to bring our historic resources current. We're going to do that as quickly as we can. We may have to do it in a step-by-step fashion. That huge catalyst could be order of magnitude increase in value. It could be that we add some strategic investors. We have a very interesting project. We are going to go, and this is going to blow people away, we're going to go from just an explorer to potentially one of the largest projects in Wyoming, one of the largest uranium projects in Wyoming. So we're going to go from out of nowhere to having one of the top projects in Wyoming in terms of size. I mean, how exciting is that? So this is, look out, great things are coming.
Yes, lots to look forward to. I'm happy that I had a chance to cover you guys before all of this
Yeah.
has happened. So, considering your review of the data set and insights gained from the Copper Mountain Project, what aspects of the project are particularly promising and compelling to you as a CEO? How do you see this project aligning with the company's long-term goals and vision?
So what's great about being CEO of this company is that the conversations with investors, and especially sophisticated investors, are really easy. Because if they don't know anything about us, we start the conversation, okay, you're Myriad Uranium, you're looking for uranium in Wyoming, and we have a kicker in Niger in West Africa. Okay, tell us about your projects. Well, unlike all of our peers, I get to say Union Pacific invested $117 million plus in 2023 dollars, it's current dollars, and drilled 2,000 boreholes in our project area, at our project, and identified 6 uranium deposits and had a mine plan to mine 15 to 30 million pounds of uranium that is right there near surface, very easy to separate. And you can imagine sophisticated, and anybody who knows anything about uranium and mining goes, wait a second, you're an explorer that already has all this money has been put in the ground. That's incredible. And so that's what we're dealing with here. We've got this great news that came out about the historic drilling that came out a couple of weeks ago that says that we have high grade. We're going to be able to focus on the high grade areas. It actually gives us the key to understanding how the high grade sits all the way through our project area. And I got to talk about all these, the great historic work. So that's how all this fits together. And we get to add areas, increase our acreage. There's lots of uranium around. So that's a bit of the story and why I'm excited. We've got a ton of uranium. This is potentially one of the biggest projects in Wyoming. And nobody, some people understand, but it's once the market digests this, it's potential for massive torque, big returns is there. Oh, let me add something else.
Yeah,
Union
sure.
Pacific was just about to build a mine in 1979 when the prices fell. And uh, it, I probably because of securities regulations and the historical estimates have to be cautious with, but this was just about to be a mine. If it weren't for the 3 Mile Island accident and the fall in uranium prices and basically the shutdown in the US uranium sector in 1979, 1980, our project would very likely be a uranium mine today. And so we're already there in a way. It's fair, that's it took a little extra time to explain that, but this is all coming. It's very exciting.
Definitely. So, in the context of the company's broader strategic outlook, how do you intend to leverage the opportunities presented by the recent developments and projects discussed, and what steps are being taken to ensure sustainable growth and value creation for shareholders in the coming years?
So, we're always taking inquiries, fielding inquiries from other companies that want to joint venture. There's always the potential to be acquired because we've got all this, the uranium is there. Talking about that, we bring the resources current, and we're going to have basically an inventory of uranium in the ground, near surface, mineable grade, or at least Union Pacific thought so in the 1970s. So we have all these things we can leverage. We're going to add more pounds. That's exciting. We could joint venture all that. We could develop it ourselves. We bring in some really great strategic investors. They can help us. We link up with our neighbors to add value. Some of them are experts at certain things that will be very helpful to us. We can add bench strength in terms of our technical and management. So, all these things are going to fit together, and we're going to try to create value as quickly as we can here for people. And the ultimate goal, and I'll just be straight up, is we have a lot of uranium. We want to advance things quickly. And yes, we could potentially go to production before, a lot sooner than people think, potentially. But also we're a great acquisition target. So, we're going to create value whichever way you slice it. All that's happening.
Lots to look forward to in a growing sector. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure covering you so far, and I look forward to more videos, more updates. Best of luck, Thomas. It's always a pleasure.
You too, Aaron. Thanks a lot.